So just fixed the PTO side, power takeoff side, and now I'm revving it up, checking the idle and everything, and all of a sudden the pull start binds up. Oh man, there you go. Just crazy dumb luck, huh? Look at that. So those of you who aren't too familiar with how these work, these two dogs or paws or whatever you want to call them, set right in here. One there, one there, push down, and they have this piece right here, and that sets in there, and that when you start it, they spring out and they grab this to start, and then they're supposed to fold back in. So something happened to where the spring, the dogs got caught and got all chewed up in there. So okay, problem number 3 here. So when I took this off, I spun the starter side, and this side is pinned here. So what that tells me is that the clutch is not on all the way. It's reverse thread, so somehow it's wanting to come off, and when it does, it threads off and it puts pressure on this circlip. I've had this happen before with a saw that I made myself, and it just wasn't threading and torquing down properly on the shaft, the clutch. And so the clutch is wanting to come off, and that's maybe what caused the issue in the first place, is that I'm assuming the clutch is not on there properly and it's wanting to come off. And right now there's nothing, you know, this is not coming off. There's all this pressure on there. So what we need to do is we need to do the old school piston stop and back it out, and hopefully we can get it to stop on itself. So let's see what we can do here. There we go. Okay, so yep, just like I thought, it's backing up. Now it's free. So what we can do now is take off that circlip. Okay, had to pound on it, bend this up a little bit. It was just so, it was still tight in there. Scuff it up a little bit. I have to get another one. So 3/4 socket. Now this is reverse thread, so righty loosey, lefty tighty. So I want to take it off right now. Look at that. It didn't have any pressure on there. So at times these get all boogered up, threads get messed up. Little shield there. Sometimes the worm gear gets messed up. So let's look in here, see what's going on. I'll get my little trusty pointer here. There's some grooves on there, and there's some grooves on there. So that's either from the clutch or from the, yeah, I don't know what that, it must be from the clutch. See how that's kind of worn down? So sometimes you can put these on just with the ooga doogas, as they call them. Since I have my trusty stop in there. What is that, 25 pounds right there, I think? Pull out my stop, and we'll see how it goes. So, being the hardcore chainsaw repair guy that I am, found a replacement. I think it's going to be direct. As you can see how that's set up and how that's kind of failed. When it pulls, those dogs go out and help start the... So let's see what it does. Okay, I'm gonna finish filming this. This bolt was just a little bit off, so I shaved a little bit off to get a little bit more room. Oops. And I loosened this to kind of... Another thing I noticed is that they do have a little washer here, which is nice, but their supplied air cleaner does not clean the air. There's some fines that get in there right there. So, and I think it's because this is not, it's bottoming out right here, not sealing right there. It kind of bottoms out. You see that? Going down all the way. I guess that helped a little bit, kind of right in there. So, crappy filter. This is just your generic. Generally, that's supposed to be a softer rubber so that it pushes down on here. But also, you shouldn't be having... I guess I can bend that out. So I bent that out a little bit. So now let's see what it does. There we go. Okay. We'll see how that fixes. Okay, so got everything fixed. Let's see how it fires up, huh? Okay, hopefully this is the final right here. What I replaced on this thing, we did the starter because the starter pulley took a dump. Little piece in there. Before that, we did the circlip and the needle bearings on the inside there. We modified the air cleaner. Definitely go aftermarket with that one. Redbeard Saws does an awesome aftermarket set that goes right on here. You can do max flow, and that's it so far. I know that if you understand what you're getting with these saws and you understand saws, then you can have a good time with these and enjoy them and modify them. If you're buying these thinking that you're going to take them out of the box and run them and flawlessly and have no issues, you're going to be unpleasantly surprised. And so I think everybody should, with their saws, get to know them and know how to break them down, know how to take off a cylinder and check a piston and do the clutch drum and the starter and the oiler, how to replace those. Those are like a lot of common parts that go wrong on these. And so as you can tell, these are the little simple pieces that do go bad. I mean, that's again a couple dollar piece. The needle bearings, $16 OEM, but again, 50-cent piece, if that. And so what does it take to make a better parts? Now, everybody and their mom, it seems like in China, makes these saws, different colors, different names. And my understanding is that they get them from the majority of the same places. I don't think a factory starts up from the get-go. Maybe they do. I'm just off the top of my head. And they're starting and doing their own thing from the get-go. So they're buying the cylinders, they're buying the pistons, they're buying the piston rings, they're buying the bearings from everybody that makes them. They're buying, you know, this piece and coloring it orange and putting their sticker on it. So starter. So expect, I guess, the worst and hope for the best, because there are some people that have had some really good saws and they modify the crap out of them and make a really good saw. My experience so far has been that it's just, you know, not the best so far. Would I recommend it? The 660, in my opinion, like I said, is the 350 small block of chainsaws. It can just be modified to end, you know, to the end of the earth type of thing. And when it's running and it's an excellent saw. So I'm still indifferent. I got this saw to review it, and so I'm giving an honest review. I'm not trying to rag on NeoTec per se. I've bought other no-name saws. I've bought the other saws that have the different techs in them, and I've had the same issues. I've had piston issues, I've had cylinder issues, I've had oiling issues where they just wouldn't oil. I took multiple oiler. Carb issues where from the get-go the carb just wouldn't tune properly. So sorry for the long-windedness. NeoTec, again, thank you. And I think if you go into the expectations of knowing what you have and learning from it as an individual, you can get a good saw that you can work with. So I hope this helps those who are out there who are hoping for good saws. You're going to get them. Very possibly that I got a bad saw and that it just wasn't torqued down all the way. So that's why I'm not going to give it like a total thumbs down. And it's a good saw, so we'll see how it runs from here.